Hello again. Today I have for you a very important message. I'm sure when I will tell you the subject, you'll know what it means. Today we shall speak about habits. Everyone knows what a habit is, but they don't realize the impact which has on our life until you read the definition. That's why I want to read you the definition from Wikipedia. Habits or ons are routines of behavior that are repeated regularly and tend to occur subconsciously. In the American Journal of Psychology, it is defined in this way. A habit, from the standpoint of psychology, it is more or less fixed way of thinking, willing, or feeling acquired through previous repetition of a mental experience. Habitual behavior often goes unnoticed in person exhibiting it because a person does not need to engage in self analysis when undertaking routine tasks. Habituation is an extremely simple form of learning in which an organism, after a period of exposure to a stimulus, stops responding to that stimulus in varied manners. Habits are sometimes compulsory. The process by which new behaviors become automatic is habit formation. Examples of habit formation are the following. If you instinctively reach for a cigarette the moment you wake up in the morning, you have a habit. Also, if you lace up your running shoes and hit the streets as soon as you get home, you've acquired a habit. All habits are hard to break, and new habits are hard to form because the behavioral patterns we repeat are imprinted in our neural pathways, but it is possible to form new habits through repetition. As behaviors are repeated in a consistent context, there is an incremental increase in the link between the context and the action. This increases the automaticity of the behavior in that context. I want to stop here. I think this is enough for you to understand what a habit is. And we all know from the moment we are born, we start forming habits. Unfortunately, many of the habits we form, they will bring us negative results. That's why generally you'll hear people that they do not life doesn't life is not fair, they don't have success, they don't have a happy marriage, they always have problem. Why? Because they do not analyze this. As the habit says, in the moment you start forming habits, if they are from childhood or from adulthood, you do not analyze yourself anymore because your brain does everything automatically. They exist in your subconscious. That's why you stop. The truth is that old habits which are bad, um, they stop your brain to be used. This is the reality. Because you don't, it's like driving. When you drive, you don't really think about it because you know how to drive. You are very confident in this. It's the same with riding a bike. And there were examples here. If you are a smoker and every morning you wake up and you smoke, this is a habit. You don't think about it. They become so automatically in your. If for example, you want a person who each time you have free time, where someone will find you shopping, you are always in shops. You don't go walking. You don't you and you always have the tendency to have excuses. You do not have time. But let me tell you something. When we speak about habits, I had very bad habits in my life, very bad habits. And as we've seen, bad habits and all habits are very hard to break. But if there exists the desire, the strong desire to break them, It is possible. Nothing can stop you. But first of all, you need to realize which are bad habits and which are good habits, which one needs to be broke, and which one needs to be kept. And to do this, I'll give you a task. Get a notebook and write down for 2 weeks every single thing you do since morning, from the moment you wake up until you go to bed. Write it down. If, for example, you want, uh, first of all, write down every single thing you do and see what is repeated all the time without you thinking about it. Then write down what would you like what changes would you like to see in your life. If it's in your family, if it's in your character, if it is a change in your financial life, at your workplace, and so on. Write it down. You should also consider the habits you have at your workplace, because maybe you would like an increase in salary, maybe you would like a promotion and never came. Write down the way you do your work. Write down. Take in consideration every single thing you do. And then you will understand why you have the same results or why you have the unwanted results. And start after 2 weeks, start doing things differently. Yeah, differently. For example, if you want to improve your health or your energy, and you know that you never have breakfast, never, or if you have breakfast, your breakfast is always heavy. You eat as you will be eating lunch. Uh, then you need to break this habit. You need to replace this heavy breakfast with just a bowl of cereal, not chocolate cereals. Yeah, something light. You need to have, I don't know, more fruits. You need to break those habits. If, for example, you always have discussions with your partner, there is always problems, tension between you. Check yourself. See the way you speak, the way you behave. You say things without thinking and then you regret them. Those are also habits. Do not speak without thinking. Think what you want to say. See, it will affect the other person. It will affect you later. Why do you repeat those mistakes every single day? Again, at your workplace, you realize that you are not appreciated, you are not recognized for your work. What's missing? Analyze the way you do your work and then do it differently. Check your time management. Do you manage your time well? Do you have the tendency to speak behind people's back, and then you expect them to praise you and to go to your manager and say good things about you? You have to consider your ways, because in a company, it's not only about work, it's about you, who you really are. Do people respect you only for your work, but your personality, it's people really wants to stay away from you? Think about it, because it's a package. You need to consider, sometimes it is more important who you are and the personality you have around others than the work you do. Really, because the work, anyone can do it and they can find someone with a really nice character. Think about it. That's why we speak about habits. Habits makes us, or they break us. Analyze it. Write down everything for 2 weeks and then start doing things differently. And if you don't see a change, I think everyone should stop speaking about habits, but I'm telling you, it's working. Make a change now. Do it for your own sake, and then life will be fair to you. Because whatever we sow, we reap. Take care. Bye bye.